Hi, my name is Morgan Harris, and the title of my speech is How Does Exercise Improve Postpartum Depression? My target audience being women of childbearing ages 25 to 45. You can't tell a mother is suffering from postpartum depression just by looking at her. Many women are good at putting on a persona and going about their daily lives. But what we don't see is what goes on behind closed doors. But what is postpartum depression? Would we be able to recognize the signs? Postpartum depression is a mental illness that affects women after giving birth. Postpartum is a result of physical and emotional factors. A significant decrease in estrogen and progesterone happen after one has a baby. This causes anxiety, anger, guilt, panic attacks, and the lack of interest towards your newborn child. Approximately 10 to 15%, or 1 out of 7 women, will suffer from postpartum depression, but this can only be diagnosed by a healthcare professional. Suicide accounts for 20% of postpartum deaths and is the second leading cause for mortality in postpartum women. Treatments consist of oral medication, therapy, and social support groups. Exercise is normally mentioned last. However, research studies recommend, if implemented at the 3 to 4 week postpartum mark, exercise can be beneficial. A study published in the Complementary Therapies in Clinical Practice followed 57 women who participated in a 16 yoga session over an 8-week period. This study resulted in 78% of those women demonstrating a faster improvement on the measures of depression, anxiety, well-being, and health-related quality of life. But you might be asking yourself, how does exercise affect postpartum depression? Exercise releases the feel-good hormone of endorphins, which combats depression, making exercise a healthy way to cope with depression and anxiety. Exercises such as Tai Chi, yoga, martial arts, weightlifting, and cardiovascular exercise are all great options to implement at this point. I myself had a child 2 years ago. With a family history of depression, I knew it was important to be conscious of the signs of depression and postpartum depression. After giving birth to my daughter, I made it a point to consistently talk with family members. In addition, I also made it a point to become more active. At 3 weeks postpartum, my dad and brother came to my home and walked with me. We roughly walked 3 to 4 miles a day, every day. After my 6-week postpartum appointment with my doctor, I was released to be more active. Following that appointment, I found myself going back to the gym and performing my regular routine like I did before I had a child. My takeaway message being, beware of the signs of postpartum depression. If you need help, don't be afraid to enlist the help of a healthcare professional or someone close to you. There are also 24-hour mental health hotlines specifically for postpartum depression. A contact number being 1-855-653-8178.